Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this money-making Saturday with the Pig Dogs Morning Show. March 1st, man, new month, new goals, new opportunities. Balling like it's March Madness, man. It's one of them months, man. It's going to be a month that could change your whole life, man, if you play it the right way. I'm ready to attack it, man. I'm super pumped up today. Ready to talk through the solid card with the guys, really solid NBA card. Of course, we got a million college hoops games today, and then some NHL on the board. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get her done, man. Let's do it. Franchise player, Chris Ruffalo. What's happening?
Well, you know how these Friday nights are for me. It's absolute chaos, breaking down the card, still trying to get some premiums in. It's just it's been basically from 1 a.m. on that we're running on, but that's okay. Like I said, it's kind of what we signed up for, and only a couple more weeks of it before we really get into the tournament. So really locking in, trying to make sure that I got all my I's dotted, my T's crossed, make sure that everything is ready to go. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Ready to attack it with you. Javon, what's happening, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, what's going on? One of the last big weekends for college basketball. I'll be sad to see it go, but yeah, got another big slate of games. I don't deal with hockey, so that and NBA. Let's go.
Let's do it. I'm looking for a bounce back day. I got beat up pretty bad yesterday. 1-4 overall for me. The one I hit was the play of the day, so there's that. But a few games just didn't break my way. Boston, I'm like, what the hell happened to them boys?
I know exactly what happened to them.
What happened?
They didn't do what the hell they were supposed to do with that they did in the first half.
Right.
Went away from Jason Tatum. How'd you drop 30 points and then you don't go to him really especially in the fourth? Jaylen Brown once again wants to be the man, and he's kicking around the ball, driving in the lane, kicking the ball out of bounds. He's shooting up a million shots. He got 33 points or whatever it was, but he's not the man. He's not the best player on the team. Jason Tatum is. He's the one that's going to find the open man if need be. So, that and the rebounds, they got out rebound crazy, especially in that fourth quarter. Evan Mobley, he put on the show. The Spider, he put on the damn show. And that's the thing. They're letting the Spider go. I mean, he's done it in years past, don't get me wrong. But with Kenny Atkinson, at the helm, you're the man, here's the ball, you do what you do. That's simple. That's basketball. You know what I'm saying? And he's the type of player that could, take it to the next level. So, I don't know. Celtics might need to watch out.
We shall see, man. We shall see. So, yeah, I took a bump on that when the Grizzlies gave that game up.
I can't remember. Was Atkinson liked in Brooklyn?
Say it again.
I can't remember. Was Kenny Atkinson liked in Brooklyn? I thought he was. And that they let him go, and everybody was kind of upset that they let him go.
Yeah, I don't know whether
I'm trying to remember because I'm just like I said, because I'm just saying he's clearly found something here.
Well, this is what I do know. When he went to Golden State, he probably honed some of his skills. Took some things, some concepts out of Golden State, what they do, and now he's taking it or vice versa. Say he took whatever to Golden State, and but I think it was more the other way around. More he got some things out of Golden State that's doing him justice in this head coaching spot.
No, fair enough, man. We'll talk about some NBA action later on in the show, man. Got a solid card over there. Interested to hear you guys' thoughts. But y'all know it's Saturday, man, and y'all know we got a lot of wood to chop in college hoops. They give us these major cards, man. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, man, we know what y'all here for, and let's do the damn thing. First game on the board. We got Clemson out on the road, laying 6.5 on Virginia. We got the Terrapins of Maryland laying 4.5 out on the road on Penn State. Miami, 16.5-point dogs versus North Carolina. Syracuse versus Virginia Tech. St. Joseph's versus Fordham. American Colgate. UConn Providence. Butler Villanova. We got Auburn Kentucky. Lehigh Army. Lafayette Boston University. Chicago State STFU. Binghamton UMass Lowell. Vermont UMBC Youngstown State. North Kentucky. The Calipari Boys Arkansas versus South Carolina. Chattanooga versus VMI. East Tennessee State versus the Citadel, aka the Citadel, and Miami, Ohio versus IO. First slide of the day, Chris, through one
Eastern.
Through 12 my time. So
okay, so 1 East. Okay, I got you. All right, let's go with the big one to start the day. I'm gonna go with Auburn laying the 5 against Kentucky. I know Rupp Arena going to be a tough place to go on the road for any opposing team, but this is a veteran Auburn team that can go on the road. They've shown they can lay the hammer against a lot of teams, and I just have this feeling that Kentucky not going to be able to handle the physicality of Auburn. I just don't see them having an answer for Janai Broome inside. This Auburn team is just clicking right now, and when teams like this, are starting to go downhill, in a good way, like they start to get some momentum behind them. They're not teams you want to really step in front of. Like I said, I know Rupp's going to be tough, but I like Auburn in this spot. And I also like Maryland laying the 4.5 against Penn State. Penn State's been having more success since they got their big man Niederhauser back, but he's one man. He's 7 feet tall, but Maryland has Derek Queen, Julian Reese. There's some size on this Maryland team that I just think they're going to outman Penn State here. And I think Maryland gets it done on the road. I know Maryland historically has not been a great team under Kevin Willard on the road, but I mean, they've been winning games on the road as of late. I mean, you look at their recent run. They beat Nebraska on the road. They beat Indiana. They blew out Illinois. So they're starting to put it together. I'm going to take Maryland.
Chris, I'm Terrapins. Jovan, how you feeling first slot?
I'm on Butler. It's just a situation where Butler, not going to say they need it because they're not going to make the tournament at 13 and 15. Villanova actually they do need it, but at this line, 7.5, I want to be on the other side. I think it's going to be a battle. Also like the under in that game. Just a slower pace type of game. These two teams usually play below that below this total for the most part when playing each other. So I will take the under. I will also be on Arkansas. It's a funny spot, playing the South Carolina team at home. Lost a bunch of games. They just got their first win against Texas. But I just think that Arkansas, they know what they need to do. I think they're missing their top dog though, so that might be something to look out for. But nevertheless, I'm on Arkansas to keep it rolling in a must-win situation to get off the bubble and then on the right side of the tourney. I'm also on Virginia. I'm on the Cavaliers. I know Clemson has, they've been having a real good season in the ACC, but I think given this point spread, home dog situation, 3 possessions, I think it's going to be closer than that. Virginia, they have shown a little something. Early in the season, Jay Wright not Jay Wright, sorry. I don't know why the hell I said Jay Wright. Tony Bennett, him not being there, leaving on short notice, a week within, the start of the season, that's going to hurt you. But I think they've righted the ship a little bit. And, I think they'll at least battle in this spot. And I'm on ETSU, bounce back situation against a bad Citadel team. I know it's a road game and they're laying double digits, but I'm going to lay it.
Fair enough. First slot for me. I'm on the other side, Chris. I'm taking Penn State. I'm just sticking to the system. I don't trust Maryland laying points on the road. This team done took some bad L's in a row. And I think while they are the better team in this one, like over a bucket, I just don't want to do. They probably win the game, but they probably win it on their own buzzer beater to finally end that little run that they've been on of losing in that style fashion. So grab the points there with Penn State, I think. Lay the points with North Carolina on Miami. Miami had a little streak there going. It's over. They're back to being terrible. And I think North Carolina takes these boys behind the shed. Just kind of my thoughts there. Not one of my favorite games on the board, but I just thought I would talk on it quickly. I like Auburn as well. Auburn's the best team in the country, in my opinion. Unless I have a clear reason to fade them, I'm not really interested in doing so. Kentucky feels overrated, overvalued because they're Kentucky. Good team, just gonna get outclassed by the best team. Is how I think this one plays out. So I'm on Auburn laying the points. Y'all know where I'm at, man. Them Calipari boys, sharp chaser game of the fucking day. Stop it. We're not losing. I don't care who in, who out, bro. This is one of the – we got Coach Calipari, man. Our bench is loaded, too. Could have gone here and beat South Carolina.
Saying like having Coach Calipari means something.
They do, man. The recruiter.
It means you got a recruiter.
The recruiter. That's what I'm
It
saying.
means you have a coach. It means you have a recruiter. You don't have a coach. You have a recruiter.
Our bench got some guys that can go. And I'm with them today, man. We still on the run with the Calipari boys. We getting in the tournament. See, they're gonna run around Manelli. There you go. See, sharp chaser special at its finest.
I think Romanelli's onto something.
Man, watch this. Arkansas gonna get beat up on them boys today. And
seems like a meltdown spot for Arkansas. Like they're like what do you always say? They're fake playing good, and then all of a sudden they put a stinker.
And they come out there and win this game by 20. And everybody be like, why the hell did I not just take Arkansas? I'm like, what was I doing? I think it's one of them games. South Carolina, how many conference wins they got? 0 or 1? Not getting another one today. Not happening. They just got blew out by Missouri.
Yeah, but they're a completely different team home and away. I'm just saying, if you look at the road results, right? They got, I'll give you that. They got their crap kicked in by Missouri. But at home, they probably should have beat Florida. They almost beat Auburn. I don't know. That's just how I see it. But then again, I've been a Calipari hater all season. So
you have.
And for good reason.
I've been a Calipari lover all season, so you know.
This is true.
Let's do it, Arkansas, man. I've been on the train. I can't jump off, man. Not here. Hell no. Chris?
Can't spell Arkansas without NIT.
Whatever, bro. We getting in the tournament. We getting in the big
part that you actually can. It's not.
We getting in and we going on a run.
I wouldn't mind seeing Jake and Ron run the Oklahoma drill. Anyways.
Let's keep it rolling. We got Texas Tech on the road in Kansas versus the Jayhawks. We got Longwood versus SC Upstate. We got Gardner Webb versus 1-Ho, 2-Ho, Red-Ho, Blue-Ho, the Blue Hose of Presbyterian. We got Charleston Southern versus Radford. Tulane versus Tulsa. George Mason versus Duquesne. Richmond versus Dayton. Norfolk State versus South Carolina State. Air Force versus New Mexico. Bucknell versus Holy Cross. Minnesota versus Nebraska. Bryant versus Maine. Albany versus NJIT. NCAAM versus Hofstra. Monvis Drexel. Northeastern versus William and Mary. Speaking of the Oklahoma drill, we got the Oklahoma Sooners out on the road versus Ole Miss. Furman versus Wofford. Ball State versus Bowling Green. Jack State FIU. Oral Roberts Omaha. Seton Hall St. John's. Wright State Iapui, a.k.a. IU Indy. North Carolina State, Georgia Tech, Abilene Christian, UT Arlington, South Dakota State versus Denver. Shout out to Jackrabbits. Incarnate Word Up versus East Texas A&M, LSU, Mississippi State, Alabama A&M, Alabama State is where we will stop. So right before 4 Eastern, Chris, is where I stopped for the timestamps. And then Jovan, Brady, you're up first here in this slot. Pretty big slot, man. A lot of meat on the bone here in this one. I know you usually love this midday slot in college.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Yeah, 2 o'clock slots always got some heat to it. We'll start off with Dayton. I think Dayton just runs roughshod over Richmond. Richmond having a real down season. It's more of a fade than a play on Dayton. Dayton hasn't had the best season, but I just think in this spot they get it done. More in Oklahoma. No, I just think that the way that Ole Miss is playing, I don't like it. They're not in the best form. Oklahoma, they will, give teams a battle. These are 2 comparable type teams as far as talent level. So I'll be on the Sooner Boomer in that one. I'm on the Cornhuskers. It first glance it looks like a lot of points, 8 points, but I think there's gonna be a double-digit victory. Minnesota, you know, they're a team that'll sneak up on you if you let them, but I don't think that Nebraska's gonna let them, especially with that loss they took to the Wolverines earlier this week. I'm also on Furman. This is gonna be one of these close games, down to the wire type of games, in my opinion. Wofford. The thing about this conference, they have a lot of teams that that can beat up on each other. So it's like you don't know who the hell's gonna win. From game to game, and in the tournament it gets crazy. So you could pencil in 4 to 6 teams that could win in this conference tournament. So with that said, I think this is going to be a nail biter. I'll take the points in that one, 3.5. It probably lands somewhere within 3. I'm on Monmouth. Monmouth's 8-2 against the spread last 10. They're clicking on all cylinders at the right moment. I'll take the points with them. I'm also on Seton Hall. It's a lot of points. I know what I know what St. John's did to Seton Hall in the first game. I think that was more of a situation where they ran it up on the strength of, their former Seton Hall's former player being there, and I guess having some sort of bad blood, with Seton Hall, maybe Shaheen Holloway. I don't know the situation with with that, but I think that was a situation. They ran it up, to get a big win for, his Patino getting a big win for his current guy against his former team is what I'm trying to say. So I think in this one they'll call off the dogs. I don't think Patino's gonna do it to Shaheen Holloway like that in the second game. They'll get a nice sizable lead and then call off the dogs. Or Shaheen Holloway might have his guys ready, to actually be competitive, which in certain spots he has gotten that done with this lowly Pirates team that he has this year. And then I'm on Mississippi State. Just a situation where, favorable spot with them, a less than favorable spot with the opponent, which is, I'm drawing a blank right now who the hell the opponent is now. That would be, God damn, why am I missing it?
LSU.
Yeah, LSU. Sorry about that. I was skipping over it for some reason. Yeah, LSU. First glance, I would have said, Tigers. They've been, they fought in these type of spots, low double digits to mid double digit, in the teens. They fought in these spots, but I just think that given the circumstances, Mississippi State not playing their best as of late against better competition than them. Now they get to face a lesser team than them, and Chris Jans and company, they're gonna get it done. So I'll lay it in that situation. Couple others, but I'll leave it alone for now.
LSU plus the points come in, bro. Mississippi State is ass. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it because they're trash, bro. Like, I'm telling you, every time you think they're going to do something, they never do it. They never do it. We've been fading them recently, making good money. They overrated, overvalued, laying double digits with them. You ask them for it. I know LSU is just as terrible. But I promise you, it wouldn't shock the hell out of me if LSU won the game. Nothing would shock me if LSU won this game. So getting 11.5 in my back pocket, I think it's worth it. That's a lot of lumber to lay with St. John's, but they are head and shoulders a better basketball team. And Seton Hall is that bad this season. Lean in the direction of St. John's. Ole Miss, I don't trust them laying that many points. Oklahoma, they're not great, but they should be good enough to keep that one within 7.5. Texas Tech money line. They're the better team. Kansas overrated, overvalued because they're Kansas. I understand it's a tough environment, tough place to play. They're a different team at home than they are on the road. On the road, we could fade the hell out of them. At home, they're scary. Still don't mean like 4.5. I think this is a legitimate 50-50 game. So getting plus money with the better basketball team is what I want to do. I understand why Kansas is favored here. I'm not an idiot. I understand why they're favored here, but I'm just telling you it's a 50-50 game. So attacking plus money with the better basketball team, sign me up. I'm on Texas Tech. Chris?
Yeah, I was going to say the thing about that game is that you just got to be careful with Texas Tech. I think they had a couple guys that were listed as questionable. A couple of their top scorers. I'm with you. I think it's 4.5 plus 4.5 from nothing. But yeah, I would check the injury report as you get closer to tip off for that one if you're looking to bet Texas Tech. I'm going to go with North Carolina A&T plus the 10 against Hofstra. Just a continued fade of Hofstra laying big numbers. There was a lot of expectation for Hofstra coming into the season. They had a guard-heavy, experienced lineup and just hasn't been able to deliver. North Carolina A&T, yeah, they didn't cover in their last game, but they've been showing a lot more fight than you probably would have expected for a 7-win team down the stretch. They are 10-6 against the spread on the road this season. So I'll take North Carolina A&T in that one. I'm going to take St. John's. I'm going to lay the big number. The thing about Seton Hall is that, this is a Seton Hall team that doesn't have much offense, if any, and they have to rely on their defense to keep them in games a lot of the time. The problem is that defense has not been good at all this season for Seton Hall. So it's a bad offense that can't rely on its defense to keep them in games. I guess the St. John's team that's one of the best scoring offenses in the conference. Yeah, their shooting percentages aren't great, but they batter you on the boards. And I think that they do that here against Seton Hall and take St. John's, lay the big number. And there was one other one I was looking at. Minnesota plus the 8 against Nebraska. Minnesota's been winning games on the road, competing on the road. I just think 8 points is too many. I think, if Nebraska wins this one, I could see them winning it by 4 or 5 points. I think 8 is just touch too much. I might put something on Minnesota money line as well. I mean, I think they beat UCLA at UCLA. They beat USC on the road before that. They also beat Penn State on the road before that. They've won 4 of their last 5 games on the road. So I'm going to take a shot with Minnesota plus 8, 7.5 plus 8, and plus 266 on the money line.
Let's keep it rolling. We got Alabama. Love Bama versus Tennessee. The Vols laying 3.5. Howard, NC Central. UNC Cashville, Winthrop. UCF, TCU. Loyola, Chicago, St. Louis. Coppin State, Delaware State. Utah State versus Colorado State. Jackson State, Texas Southern. Harvard, Yale. Oregon, USC. PV versus Alcorn. Brown versus Dartmouth. Montana State versus Sacramento State. Detroit Mercy versus Milwaukee. PFW Changs versus Cleveland State. Hampton Townsend. Southern Utah versus Utah Valley. Samford versus UNC Greensboro. Lindenwood, Tennessee Tech. Middle Tennessee versus UTEP. Cincinnati versus Houston. Lemoyne, Stonehill. Creighton, Xavier. Houston Christian, Northwestern. West Carolina, Mercer. Western Michigan, North Illinois. Toledo, Buffalo. Southern Indiana versus Tennessee State. Morehead State versus UT Martin. Little Rock versus SIUE. Southern Missouri versus East Illinois. SMU versus Stanford. Weber State versus Idaho. Montana versus Portland State. Idaho State versus Eastern Washington. Bakersfield, Cal Poly. North Dakota versus South Dakota. Wake Forest versus Notre Dame. Southern versus Bethune. New Orleans versus UT Rio Grande Valley. SE Louisiana versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And Louisiana Tech versus Sam Houston. Stopped right before 6 Eastern. And then we'll fill out the card in that last slot. But I'm up first here in this one. Interesting little slot today. Probably my least favorite slot on the entire card. I'm going to lean towards SMU. I just think they're the better basketball team. The thing about SMU, they're not great, but they're not bad. They're good. They're one of the better teams in this conference, but it's really not saying too much about the conference this season. So, small lean on SMU, not necessarily rushing to the window to bet it, though. I do like Creighton against Xavier. I think Creighton's the better basketball team. I know Xavier playing well. They've won 4 straight, but I think that run comes to an end today. I think they just lose to a team that's better than them. I'm on the Blue Jays. Small lean for me on Cincinnati. Kind of just think this is a flat spot for Houston following 2 huge games. I think this is like an 8-point Houston win. I think Cincinnati can come in here and compete a little bit. And I like Tennessee. I like Tennessee at home over Alabama. I think Tennessee's the better basketball team anyway. At home, at the crib, laying 3 over a bucket. I trust them. Tennessee for me, Chris?
Yeah, I like a lot of the same ones that you just gave out. I'm going to go with Cincinnati as well. I just think that's a case of too many points. Houston, I usually like back in Houston. They usually kick the crap out of teams. But there's been a few games lately where they've kind of just been caught playing with their food a little bit. I think they only beat Oklahoma State by 9. They were laying upwards of 20 in that game. This is a Cincinnati team that started to find their offense, and these are 2 slow-paced teams. When you have a bunch of points like this and what is expected to be a bit of a defensive battle, I want the points in my back pocket. So give me Cincinnati and the points. I'm going to take SMU as well. Same thing. I think they are the better team. And I'm going to take Dartmouth. I'm going to lay the 1.5. I'm just concerned about Brown defensively. And Dartmouth, they almost beat Yale yesterday. They still need a win to lock up a spot in the Ivy League tournament. So I'm going to take Dartmouth, trust them at home to get the job done there.
I'm gonna start off with LIU, +1. Both of these teams have covered all season. LIU's 18-10 against the spread this season, whereas Fairleigh Dickinson, they are 17-10 against the spread. It's really a 50-50 game, but I'm gonna lean towards the Sharks in this one. They're just one of those teams that I rode this season, and I would do so today. I'm more loyal to Chicago. They've been doing the job for me as well. They take their show on the road to St. Louis. They're catching points, and because they're catching 3 points, I am gonna back them once again. I think it's gonna be a real close game, one of those to the wire type of games. I just really don't trust the Billikens. Um, I'm on UNC Asheville. Uh, just I don't know in this 4 o'clock time slot. Some of my teams that I've backed, throughout this season, they're playing, and this UNC Asheville team, they've done me justice. They're catching 4.5. Um, it's just a situation where Winthrop, I know what they did, in their last game. What was it, a 25-point victory shot out of a cannon real early in the game. And they've been covering. I believe they're like 7-1 straight up, last 8, 5-1 against the spread, last 6. But they're not Longwood, at UNC Asheville. They're better than them. So I think this is going to be one of those affairs where you see a tight game. One team might, stretch it out for a little bit, but then to get reeled in. So I know there's Winthrop's, this is their type of season. They've done it before in their conference tournament, but today I just think that UNC Asheville gets it done. I'm on Brown. I'm on the other side of Chris. Brown's been one of those teams where they made it to the Ivy League tournament last year. They're fighting for their tournament lives because they're on the outside looking in. If Cornell drops one and they win out, then Brown's gonna get in. But they have to win out, so I expect them to do just that. Got a couple others, but I'll keep it under the vest. I go on and on.
Fair enough. Last slot of the day, ladies and gentlemen, in college hoops. We got Missouri, Adelaide versus Vandy. We got Pitt versus Louisville. Nichols versus Stephen F. Austin. We got Rhode Island versus the Romanellis of UMass. LaSalle versus G-Dub. Grambling versus Florida A&M. Penn State, Columbia. Indiana, Washington. Central Connecticut versus Wagner, Mo and Franz. Mo's still hurt, though, for the season. But Franz might do something. We got Campbell versus Charleston. Elon Musk, the Teslas versus Stony Brook. Western Kentucky versus New Mexico. Florida versus Duke. Boise, Fresno. Arizona, Utah. The Abe Simpsons versus Mississippi Valley State. We got McNeese versus Lamar Jackson. We got Oakland versus the Gottliebs. We got Delaware versus UNC Wilmington. Marquette versus Georgetown. Baylor versus Oklahoma State. San Diego State versus Wyoming. CSU Northridge versus Santa Barbara. Texas, Georgia. Pacific Santa Clara. St. Thomas, Kansas City. Florida, Texas A&M. Iowa State, Arizona. Utah Tech, Cal Baptist. St. Mary's, Oregon State. BYU, West Virginia. Cal, BC College. Boston College, North Colorado versus North Arizona. Fullerton, UC San Diego. Long Beach State, what up, Beaches versus UC Irvine. Portland versus San Diego. Pepperdine versus Wazoo. The Lopes of Grand Canyon versus Seattle. The Zags of Gonzaga versus San Francisco. And last game on the board, UC Mike Davis versus Hawaii. Chris, close us out, buddy.
I gotta say. Nope. Rolling with them today.
Oh, okay.
Georgia sucks on the road. They stink out loud. It's a letdown spot. Coming off the win over Florida. You're going on the road to Texas, a Texas team that needs signature wins of their own to fortify their tournament resume for the NCAA committee. This is a Georgia team that if this game was in Athens at Steegman, I'd probably be on Georgia. They can, build some momentum. They got shooters. The problem is that this is just, like I said, a complete letdown for Georgia off the Florida win. And like I said, it doesn't help the fact they've lost games by the majority of the games they've lost on the road have been by double digits. So I think this is a smash spot for the Longhorns. I'm going to go with San Francisco. Yeah, we've seen Gonzaga have issues against sort of the better teams in the West Coast Conference. St. Mary's already lost at San Francisco. San Francisco is 16-0 at home this season. So, I think that the Dons could potentially give Gonzaga a hard time here. Gonzaga's on a nice win streak against San Francisco. They've been on a nice win streak against pretty much almost all the West Coast Conference, but I think San Fran battles here. I think San Francisco could be live to snap that losing streak against Gonzaga here. So give me the Dons and the points. I really want to get on my boys in UC San Diego, but 26.5 is insane. But if I had to pick a side now, it would be the Tritons. But I think the other one that I like here is Marquette laying the points against Georgetown. I just think Georgetown's going to be hurting without Thomas Sorber. That's a huge loss inside. And Marquette, yeah, they're a very guard-heavy lineup, but they take care of the basketball. They can protect the rock, and I think they beat up on Georgetown here, who's just playing out the string at this point. So give me Marquette.
Javon?
I think I'm going to be on Florida State. No, it's a big number. Duke's been running roughshod over everybody, but I think Leonard Hamilton, have his boys ready to at least cover this big spread. So I'll take the points there. I am also on Boston College. They've been out on the West Coast. They got drilled by Stanford. Now they got to face a lesser team in Cal. I think I like my chances with them catching 8 points. Too much for Cal to cover that one, I believe. I'm also on Seattle catching points at home. If you're gonna back Seattle, you gotta back them at home. I know Grand Canie's a better team, but that doesn't matter. I think this is their last game, so it's a senior night situation. So with that said, I'll be on Seattle, and I'm on Wyoming against San Diego State. San Diego State, the Aztecs, they have been, they cranked it up another notch, as of late. But I don't like them traveling to Laramie, to face a Cowboys team who, they're slumping. They're 1-4 in their last 5, both straight up against spread. But they can sneak up on anybody in this conference at home. So with that said, I'll be taking the points.
Last slot of the day in college hoops. Chris, I'm with you. I'm on San Francisco, and I'm taking a deep step back 3 money line. The Zags is not as good this season as in years past. San Francisco is one of the best teams they've had. If they were ever going to do it, it has to be today. Has to be. I think Gonzaga just a little overrated and overvalued based on name recognition alone. Let's take a shot on plus 350. I think it's worth it. 360, I'm seeing. So may even get more. I like BYU. BYU goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. West Virginia, we know they play well at home. We don't trust them on the road. BYU still trying to build up that resume. They're finally ranked. I don't think that they let down here. I think they beat up on West Virginia. I kind of like St. Mary's to make a statement today against Oregon State. Oregon State's not as good as their record indicates to me. That's just my thoughts. I'm on Florida. Texas A&M is a fraud. Florida is one of the best teams in the country. I think Florida exposes them for that today. Kind of my thoughts there. I'm on Iowa State, man. I need that get back. Need that shit. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game. Iowa State coming off of 2 losses on the road. Back at home where we trust them, where they go stupid, dummy, crazy. They had Arizona dead to rights last game. They had them. Until bro shot that fucking full court heave. Bucket, overtime. You knew what time it was. You knew as soon as you made it, we were dead. We were going to lose in overtime. But in the bounce back spot at home today, that also happens to be a revenge game. I think Iowa State beats them up, wins the game by double digits. Chris. I'm on Texas today. I'm on the horns today.
I was waiting for you to blink. I was going to be like, I swear to God, if you...
I don't bet Texas hoops often. Y'all know this, bro. We've been fading them, really. I hate Texas hoops. They're trash, always. Overrated, overvalued. But Georgia coming off that huge win on the road. They get blitzed here. I think Texas wins this game. It's just a typical letdown spot for Georgia. And Texas is going to beat their chest acting like they did something after this one. Like, bro, you beat Georgia. The Gottlieb's got to win in their last game, right? I mean, we fade the fuck out of them today. That's what that means. Lay whatever with Oakland. I ain't been on Oakland at all this season. They're not the Oakland from last year with my boy that was strapping up threes that went on that magical run in the tournament. That's not the Oakland team this season, but they don't need all that. They need half of that team to beat Green Bay today, and I think they take them on the shed. So that's it for me, man. That's it. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Anything y'all might have missed today in college hoops?
I'm good. I'm formulating a parlay that I like.
No, I'll throw out just a couple honorable mentions. Utah State, on the road, they lost their last game, got boat raced. What was it, against Boise? I think they bounced back in Fort Collins against Colorado State. I don't know. I'm usually on the other side of Colorado State. It hasn't turned out so well in certain spots. It has turned out well in a couple other spots, but I'm against them again. Utah Valley. I'm gonna back them. You know, this is a covering team, especially at home when they're 8-0-1 against the spread, and I'll stick to that. I'm on Eastern Illinois. I usually ride SEMO, not today. Eastern Illinois in this spot. I just think they could do some damage. I'm not saying that they're gonna beat SEMO, but this is a team that has battled. Let's just say that. In that home dog situation. I think this is a senior day situation as well, and I like backing these home dogs, on senior day. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll end it off with the Mountaineers. Keep in mind that BYU won this game in Morgantown, I believe by 13 points. I think that even though the Cougars are hot, they've been catching teams slipping. I just think that that comes to an end tonight. I think it's going to be a closer than expected game. I don't think West Virginia gets boat raced in this one. I think it's a close game.
That's all today for college hoops, ladies and gentlemen. Let's skate on over to the ice. The National Hockey League Association. Huge card over there. Is everybody playing today? I feel like it. Fuck.
I think there's 14 games, I think.
Is it 32 or 30 teams?
12. There's 12 games. 32 teams.
Okay, so not
6 teams have a day off.
Yeah, not everybody, but pretty much everybody. First game on the board, we got the Romanellis against the worst name in sports, the most overrated, overvalued team in sports, the Nashville Predators. We got the Capitals versus the Lightning. We got the Panthers versus the Flames, the Penguins versus the Bruins, the Blue Jackets versus the Red Wings, the Canadiens versus the Sabres, the Sharks versus the Senators, the Oilers versus the Hurricanes, the Jets versus the Flyers, the Kings on the second leg of a back-to-back after getting aired out last night by the best team in hockey out on the road facing the St. Louis Blues. We got the Devils out on the road versus the Hockey Club. We got the Blackhawks out on the road versus the Ducks. Man, our plus money is gone with the Ducks, but we're playing the Blackhawks today. But still, the Canucks and the Kraken. The Kraken. Smoking Kraken. Smoking crack. I'm smoking Kraken today because I think they beat up on the Vancouver Canucks. Just to play on the spot, play on the situation. Bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a revenge game. They got beat up in their last 2 games on the road by Tampa. St. Louis returned home here in this one. It's not like Vancouver playing all that well either. This is their 5th straight road game. We faded them their last game. Cash with the Ducks. We fading their ass again. Let's smoke some Kraken tonight. Let's do it, Seattle. I'm on the Ducks. I'm going to lay the 150. I don't care. We're going to smash the Blackhawks, man. We on the push for the playoffs, bro. Quit playing with us. We no longer just a plus money team that we like betting. Now we pushing for the damn playoffs. Let's go, Ducks. I'm finna beat the brakes off the Blackhawks today. I don't like the spot for the Kings, the travel spot on the second leg versus the Blues. I don't like the spot for them today at all whatsoever. St. Louis is low-key hot, man. I like how they're playing. They've been playing well since coming out of the break. They lost that first one to Winnipeg, played well, though, there. And then now they've won 3 straight. I think they keep the momentum rolling forward. And I kind of think the line here tells you what you need to know. They're favored for a reason. Anything else for me? I'm on the Romanellis. Just continuing to fade the Predators, the worst name in sports, the most overrated, overvalued team in sports. Bro, we cover everything here. We cover college hoops, NBA, NFL, shit, everything. The Predators are the most overrated, overvalued team in all of the major sports. Baseball, they're the most overrated. Simple. I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life. Continue to fade them. Chris?
All right. Well, I've kind of alluded to it in the chat earlier. I'm going to be doing a special wraparound today where it's basically just going to be a freemium parlay. So it's all going to be evening games. So what I'll do here is I'll touch on the afternoon games. I'm going to go with the Capitals at home against the Lightning. The Lightning are a good team, but they're a team I just prefer to back when they're at home. On the road, they're 50-50 team at best. Washington's one of the more consistent teams across the board, home and away this season. They're fueled by the Alexander Ovechkin goal chase. I think Washington gets it done at home. So I'll take Washington. I'm going to take the Islanders in the money line as well. I agree. The one game is not going to change what the Predators are, and that is overvalued. So give me the Islanders. Flames, Panthers. I'm going to go with the Panthers on the puck line or in regulation, whatever you want to do. The 60-minute line is your call. But the Calgary Flames are just a bet against on the road for me, and the Panthers are starting to find themselves. They're playing really well, 7-3 in their last 10. Calgary just 4-5-1. Any real success Calgary's had has been at home this season. And the last afternoon game, Boston-Pittsburgh. I said it before, I'll say it again. There is something inherently wrong with the Boston Bruins. Don't know what. They can't figure it out. They just keep finding new and creative ways to lose. And this is saying something, considering I'm on the Pittsburgh Penguins. I have watched the Penguins. I've said every time I expect the Penguins to do something, they fall flat. They disappoint. But the Boston Bruins are a mess right now. I'm not getting in front of I'm not getting on board with them to watch my money get lit on fire again. So give me Pittsburgh on the money line.
Stanley Cup final, if you had to play it right now, who is it? Everybody jumbled up in that East. Like, anybody could do it in the damn East. In the West, I think it's automatic. We already know who the fuck can do it over there. But in the East, who you feel?
In the West, Winnipeg.
Who? Who?
Oh my God. Well, to tell you the truth, the West is so wide open. To be honest, I like Tampa Bay.
Tampa
Scares me, but I like Tampa Bay. If they can get the breaks and they can have their games at home, they're an experienced team. It's got a lot of playoff experience. They've shown that they didn't need Steven Stamkos. It was you got rid of your captain. It was questionable in the offseason, but they still have a world-class goalie in Andre Vasilevsky that can steal a game for you any night of the week. In the West, I know Colorado.
You ain't worried about that.
I know you're not, but you should be.
Got something for them, just like we did last year. I might got to hopefully match up again so I can go to ball. I have an excuse to be in Ball Arena again.
There you go.
I think I'm gonna sound kind of crazy. I'm gonna say Stars. I don't think that's crazy. I think that's happening. On the other side, I'm gonna say this is the one that's ludicrous, crazy, fucking insane. The Maple Leafs.
I didn't want to say it because every time I do,
I know you didn't. So I'll say it for you. Dallas and Toronto. That's kind of where I'm at right now. We'll see.
I'm for it.
I'm for it too.
I just don't want to get my heart set on something and then get disappointed. You can bet your ass if they win the Stanley Cup, I'm calling sick for a week on this show and I'm going to the parade. I barely drink, but I am going to get trashed. I might end up on the news. I don't know. I might be the guy that's half upside down on a street sign.
I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah.
That's like me when the Cowboys finally win it. It's gonna be me.
He just shows up on the morning show in just a cowboy hat.
Man. All right, man. That's all for NHL action today. Solid card over there. I really like today's card over there today. Really. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I start to love it. So head over to the NBA, man. National Basketball Association. Not a huge card, but a solid card. We'll do two at a time. We got the Washington Wizards out on the road versus the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets laying 3.5. And we got the Detroit Pistons laying 11.5 points on the Brooklyn Nets. Jovan, I'll start off with you here, buddy. You're muted.
I'm gonna fade Detroit. I know the Nets got boat raced their last game, but I did like what I saw of Cam Thomas, first game in 24, 23 games. He'll get acclimated, and just a situation where Pistons coming off a big winning streak, finally got put to rest last night, and I think they'll struggle in this one. No, I'm not going to say that they're going to lose, but 11 points, still 11 points. And this Nets team, even though they did get beat up their last game, they have been covering games. So I'll back them in this spot.
I'm on Brooklyn as well. I think the Linsanity run for Detroit came to an end last night. That was the only thought I had watching that game last night. I said, it's over. Damn. It's over. Hell of a run it was, but it's over. It wouldn't shock the hell out of me if Brooklyn came out and won this game outright. I know it sounds crazy. I know it does, but it wouldn't shock me, bro. It would. Don't like the spot for Detroit on a second leg of a back-to-back. Brooklyn comes in here. I know they got aired out in their last one, but remember, Brooklyn right now is the number 2 ATS road team in the NBA. Brooklyn is ass at home. We don't like betting Brooklyn at home. We love betting them on the road. Brooklyn on the road, 19, 10, and 1 ATS this season. Only team better is the Cleveland Cavs, and it's by half a game. So that's how good Brooklyn has been ATS on the road. And it's mainly because they're disrespected. Many people just don't want to bet them. And many times they're underrated, undervalued on the road. And I think the Pistons, because they were so hot, because they beat up on Boston, all of those things, they now kind of have expectations. They're a little overrated, a little overvalued. They are the better basketball team. They should win this game tonight. I highly doubt it's by margin, though. I want the points in my back pocket with the money-making road demon Brooklyn Nets. And I'm on Charlotte here. Triple revenge spot at home, at the crib. That also happens to be a bounce-back game. Wizards win sanity run, been over. They were playing well there for a little minute, but it came to an end. They've beaten Charlotte in all 3 meetings this season. I still think Charlotte's a better basketball team, though. Washington slightly banged up. Poole out in this one. Brogdon still out. Sadiq Bey out. Alex Sarr probably won't play in this one. Hornets semi-healthy. Hornets aren't going to have too many chances for wins, but I think this is one of them. I think they beat up on Washington. I would lay it. Chris?
Yeah, the only one I'm kind of interested here in is the Brooklyn Nets and the points. I've been a big backer of the Detroit Pistons all along. I believe in this team, but I think I'm just at a point where maybe 11.5 I think is too much too soon for the Pistons. I get why they're favored by this many, but even coming off a loss, I think that they just put a lot of their energy into that game against Denver last night. It just came out flat. Like you guys said, the Brooklyn Nets are a great cover team on the road. I'm going to take a shot here with the Nets here, plus the 11.5, 12, whatever you can get it at. So give me the Nets and the points.
Fair enough. We keep it rolling. We got the Houston Rockets laying 5.5 points on the Sacramento Kings, and the Memphis Grizzlies laying 8.5 points on the San Antonio Spurs. Grizzlies pissed me off last night because I don't even know how they end up losing that game either. Like yesterday, it was just meltdown city for me. Like it didn't even. I don't feel like I was on the wrong side. I just feel like shit just didn't happen what was supposed to happen. Sometimes it be like that. What I won't do is overreact. I love betting Memphis in Memphis. San Antonio hasn't been the same since Wemby went down. Memphis right now the 3rd best ATS team in the league. They need a bounce-back game. They are on the second leg of a back-to-back, but we've already seen them beat up on San Antonio 3 times this season. 129, 115, 140, 112, 128, 109. Something similar is probably in the cards. I'm going to lay it here with the Grizzlies. And then the Rockets, man, they're finally healthy. Van Vliet's back at the helm. Sacramento has beaten them in both meetings this season, 120, 111, 132, 127. Both meetings were in Sacramento, though. I know what it sets up. The double revenge game at home, at the crib. We trust Houston in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. I'm fading the Sacramento Kings. Still one of the worst ATS teams in all of the NBA. This is a mismatch, man. This is a mismatch. And we like the spot here. Give me the Rockets. I'm laying the points. Chris?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Rockets at home here. Like you said, now they're fully healthy. I think it's a good spot to back them in. The Kings have been picking up some covers here and there, but at the end of the day, at their core, we know this Kings.
Chill. We're not going to start that narrative. Not in the comments and not on the show. The Kings won 2 games in a row, fam. They won 2 games in a row over the fucking Charlotte Hornets and the Utah Jazz. That is not enough to say anything about the Kings. Can we stop that? This is the same Sacramento Kings team who is goddamn 21, 33, and 4 ATS. This is a team we're fading and cashing at over a 60% clip. And it's going to take wins against better teams and better competition than the fucking Hornets and the Jazz to say that they're playing better. I'm sorry, Chris. It wasn't even really at you. It's at everybody. Like, come on, bro. Because I think they were saying in the jam session comments too, the Kings been playing well.
That's what I was kind of getting at, is that it's going to take more than 2 wins for me to think that this team is. I get it. The worst teams in the league are still going to cover here and there, but at its core, we know what the Kings are. A team that really struggles to cover point spreads, really struggles to compete. I don't think it's going to be any different here now that Houston's healthy. And I'm going to take the Grizzlies here as well. The Grizzlies have dominated the Spurs this season, and all 3 games the Spurs lost, they had Wemby. And now no Wemby. It's just even going to make it even worse, I think, for the Spurs, who at a certain point just have to wave the white flag and realize they're going to start playing for ping pong balls. So give me the Memphis Grizzlies in that one.
I am on the Grizzlies in the first quarter. I really don't like what I've seen out of the Grizzlies since the All-Star break. So it's it's not a good situation dealing with them full game. We saw last night just another example where they had a lead, then they gave up a lead, then they tried to come back late, couldn't get it done. They've been falling short. So I'm gonna isolate to the first quarter. Michael burst it, and expect them to have a substantial lead at the end of one.
Fair enough. We got last two games today. The Philadelphia 76ers, 8.5-point home dogs with them Golden State Warriors rolling in. And the team from Dallas, 3.5-point home dogs with Milwaukee rolling in. Franchise, how you feeling?
Yeah, I don't think there's enough points you can give me to take the Philadelphia 76ers right now. The Warriors aren't going to win and cover every single game, but until I have a reason to go against this team, especially when it's Sixers on the other side, yeah, no thanks. Give me the Warriors here. And Dallas and the Bucks, I like the over in that game. I think we're going to see some points. Even if it does end up being a one-sided game, I think we're going to see a bit of a higher scoring matchup in that one. Not a whole lot of defense being played, so give me the over in Dallas, Milwaukee.
Javon?
This Golden State game keeps on going up. If it gets to 10, I don't know if it will. And you would usually see it already get there by now. But at some point, I would want to get some buyback on it. That's really my only thoughts on this one. They did beat up on Philly in Golden State as well. So, can Philly, muster up some pride, I guess? I don't know. They did lose by 5 points their last game, I guess, in MSG. So I guess that might be sufficient for a bounce back spot because I don't see them winning this game, and I believe that they're on a 9-game losing streak, so that should continue. But as far as the points, at some point I might want some buyback with them. I don't know if I'll get there at 8 points. I might need at least another point, if not another 2 points to even consider that. So it might be worth an in game as far as I'm concerned. I'll take the over though in this game, and that's really on the strength of Golden State being able to put up a fair share of points, and then Philly having to chase old football thing that I like to do. When the team's down, they gotta fire. So I'll take the over.
8.5, 9.5, 10.5, 12.5, 15.5, 20.5, 30. I don't give a fuck what the number was. I'm on the Golden State Warriors, bro. You got the hottest team in the league. That man, the light-skinned man out there tripping with his 2 new henchmen. Well, he already had the one henchman who he won championships with. Now he got a new one. Oh my God. If you're fading the Warriors right now, I am with you. My thoughts and prayers are with you because I just don't know what you're looking at. I just don't know what you're looking at. And on the flip side, if you're trying to find reasons to bet Philadelphia, I don't know what you're looking at. This team is cooked. The team is terrible. Their team is one of the worst ATS in the league. I think they're the worst. No, they're not. They're second worst. They're battling with Phoenix. Right now, Sacramento, Philadelphia, and Phoenix, if you just start your day saying, I'm going to fade those 3 teams, I'm not even looking in their direction, you're going to be profitable for the remainder of the season. Just do that and just take them 3 teams, put them on the DNB, and get ready to roll for the remainder of the season. They're done. They're cooked. And there's no real reason to look in their direction. That's my thought process, though. That's how I see it. Phoenix, they've been that bad ATS for the last 2 seasons. And the chemistry is broke. They coach talking, then told their best player to shut up. I don't want to hear your voice. That's not a style team I want to be betting on. Philadelphia, this is a team that brought in Paul George. This is a team that had a promising rookie. They got all the talent over there, but they got a championship-winning head coach. It don't matter. Their best player, he's been in and out of the lineup. He's now out for the season. Their best young guard is out for the season. Philadelphia is cooked. They're done. We've been cashing on them, fading them at a 65% clip this season, and nothing here suggests betting them. So that's just my thoughts. The line could be 30, and I would still be on the Warriors.
That'll be a loser though. You taking it too far.
No, I'm not though. I promise you, I'm not.
Yeah, they got a 34-point win against Philly in Golden State. Not this time around. I think playoff P shows his head. He ain't gonna be playoff P this year. I think he I'm not rebounds, but I think he follows up that 25-point performance with another 20-plus performance. Maxi's gonna go off for 30, and Kelly Oubre, he goes for 30. He goes for 20 as well. I think it'll be a game.
Good luck.
The groundhog is showing his head more than Paul George.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like
sometimes you gotta anticipate.
If Paul George shows his head today, we're gonna have 6 more wins.
Like you're banking on what ifs from guys that ain't done nothing. So it's like
not Maxey. Maxey messed around and go off.
Y'all know my thoughts on Maxey, bro. He's an upgraded Cam Thomas. That's what he is.
No, absolutely not. Don't
absolutely
disrespect Tyrese Maxey. Don't disrespect Tyrese Maxey like that.
He's an upgraded Cam Thomas, bro. He's on the Sixers. He's playing with the fucking MVP. What have they done? Nothing. Show me results. I want to see results. I don't care about these empty stats. And that's all he does, is empty stats.
Listen, they're having a bad season, but let's not get it twisted. This is a perennial playoff team.
No, they are
for the
not.
last few seasons.
No, they are not.
This season is one thing. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Again and again.
But let's not get it twisted. They still got some talent on this team.
Yeah.
And at this number,
that talent,
as a matter of fact, they're covering this 8. That's it.
I promise you,
they're covering this 8. I understand that the Golden State Warriors, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing now that they got Jimmy Butler. But on the road, nah. Give me the Philadelphia 76ers. And I'm not a Philly fan. We all know this. I'm a Boston Celtics fan.
Yeah, I can continue to beat y'all's head and fall flat in y'all's face on them Sixers, bro. Until y'all just wake up and see what it is with this team. You just I don't know. I don't know what y'all be looking at. I love Tyrese Maxey, bro. He is from my literal hometown, fam. I seen this dude play many high school basketball games. I know who Tyrese Maxey is. Y'all don't. He's not a winner. He's not a winner. And if he was, this team would be in better position than they are right now currently. Simple. It's just that simple.
Nah, they don't have the roster. They got a broken down all-star, former MVP player. Everything just went bad this season. It is what it is. He got to get his knees right. Embiid got to get his knees right. It is what it is.
You're telling me. So what I'm hearing is Maxey is this all-time great player, and the only way that this team is if the league MVP was on this team. So you know what I mean. So forget all the other good players.
Last three seasons they've been a perennial all-star. A perennial playoff team. It just went bad this season. It is what it is. First off, they paid too much money for Paul George. He's at the tail end. He's on the back 9. He's on the back 17. He's on 17. He's on round 17. That's what he is. And they gave him a lot of money. So he's supposed to be the third piece. Then Joel Embiid, listen, he has to have surgery. Get surgery, brother. It is what it is, man. You're done for the season. Shut it down. Come back strong, lose 15 pounds, and you'll be the same player that you was 2 seasons ago. Hell, last season. But listen, they got a good head coach. They have a good nucleus. It just sometimes these things just go haywire, and they went haywire this season. But in this spot today, this point spread, I'm on Philly, man. You convinced me.
Good luck. Good luck. Last thing I'll say, I never said that Cam Thomas is better than Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is definitely the better player. What I said is he's just an upgraded version of Cam Thomas. He's just a volume scorer. That's the bucket I have them both in. They are not guys that elevate you to winning. They do not contribute in a huge part to winning basketball game. They can score you some points. They can definitely put the ball in the basket. There's plenty of guys in NBA history being able to put the ball in the basket. Plenty. But come on, man. If Maxey was as good as y'all say he is, he would be able to lead this team still to at least an 8 seed in the West. I mean, in the East, in this weak-ass Eastern Conference. This team will not sniff anything remotely close to the playoff.
He's going for 35 tonight. He's going for 35 tonight.
And a 10 to 12 point loss. Congratulations.
Hey, play
and I highly doubt he even scored that much because you know why? He got to defend. He got to defend that guy that just went for 56. He got to defend that guy that just went for 56. Like, you know,
he ain't going for 56 tonight.
He ain't got to, and it might be Jimmy night.
Nah, it ain't Jimmy night. Jimmy's good for 20 with 10 free throw shots.
Man. Somebody said Luka just an upgraded Maxey, then a volume scorer. That is completely wrong. Now, we're talking about a guy who has elevated his teammates, and we've seen him take a team with the talent deficit to a Western Conference Finals, to 2 Western Conference Finals, and an NBA Finals. That's a game changer in Luka Doncic. That's a game changer. He's a scorer, facilitator, and a game changer. Tyrese Maxey is just a scorer.
Nico Harrison didn't think so.
And Nico Harrison is a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. And he just buries guys for fucking forever. And the Los Angeles Lakers, when they go and win the NBA championship this season, it's going to be the absolute slap in the fucking face, bro. It's just going to be like, it's just going to be hilarious. It's going to be, oh my God, it's going to be sickening. It's going to be, but it is what it is, man. You know, sometimes you just live in a world where you realize that everybody just don't see things the same way you do. And, and there's nothing you can really do about it. So, hey, shout out Nico Harrison, man. We'll see if your dream comes through.
Hey, did you see that picture when they played in LA?
Yes.
I
saw it.
I need that picture.
I kind of need it too. I think I'm gonna get it.
That's a good backdrop picture.
Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. So
if I was a Lakers fan, I'd already have that in the background somewhere.
Man, we shall see. Y'all know I love arguing hoops though, man. That's what I love doing, bro. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We picked the last. Oh, I didn't get my opinion on that on that Mavs game. I'm on the Bucks. I hate betting Milwaukee. This is not a fade Dallas out of spite play. It's just let's think logically here play. That's what it is for me. Lively, Gafford, Anthony Davis, all still out. Mavs have this G League big man and Dwight Powell at the rim. Okay. We know Giannis for 50 tonight. Like, come on, man. Let's not overcomplicate this one, man. He getting right to the rack. He might score 50. Nobody can stop him down there. The Mavs just don't have the personnel to match up in this one. You can make money betting the Mavs in certain spot situations, but we haven't really seen the Mavs yet against the team that has a dominant big man that can take advantage of what they got going on. We haven't really seen that yet. And I think tonight's that night. They just don't match up well. So keep an eye on it. Giannis probable, Dame Lillard probable, and PJ Washington probable. If the Mavs don't have PJ, then they really in trouble from a defensive perspective. I'm going to lean towards Milwaukee in this one, just playing the X's and O's game. So that's it. That's all, ladies and gentlemen, man. That's all I got for y'all today, man, on this Money Making Saturday. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Of course, we got premium plays over at the site, man. The plays we love the most, the plays we personally have the most money on. Chris, it's one of them days, man. One of the last huge college hoops ones of the year. What you got for sale today over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, right now I just got my $15 college hoops play of the day and a early action 3-pack. It's from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to have a couple more packages go up. Some NHL is going to be on the board for long-term subscribers. I'm going to have an NBA 3-pack up. So this is a great day to jump on something long-term. The 3-day and 7-day passes are less than buying each of today's daily packages individually, and it gets you a few extra days worth of plays. So whether it's just with me or you pair me up with any of the guys, Jovan, Jay, anyone, use that promo code PICK at checkout, 15% off your purchase.
Jovan, what you got going on today, buddy?
Yeah, I got a bunch of packages up on the board. Start off with a 3-pack on the noon time slot. That's the noon and 1 o'clock time slot. Then I got a 5-pack for the 2 o'clock time slot, 2 to 3:30 time slot. Then I got another 5-pack for the late afternoon. That's a 4 o'clock time slot. Followed up by another 5-pack in the nighttime time slot and another 5-pack for the prime time slot. I got 20 on the board in college basketball, and I'll have a couple, if not a 3-pack, in the NBA.
Hop on with Jovan, man. Do the damn thing, man. Just kick the crap out of the books. A volume better. Hey, man, if you like plays, Jovan's the man for you, man. Scoop it up today. Hop on something long term. It's the best bang for your buck, though. You get all the plays for a better price than scooping up all the packages individually. Hop on with Jovan, man. Make y'all some money today. Today for me, man, I like the card, but I ain't going too heavy. I got only 2 in college hoops today, man. Only 2. I know it's a huge card, but I got 2 plays I'm liking a lot. So you can scoop up those 2 plays. And I have right now my NBA play of the day. We did hit it last night with the Oklahoma City Thunder buddies. We're on a nice little run on the NBA play of the day. You can scoop that up. I'll have a 3-pack in the NBA up here momentarily as well. So Money Making Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Total, I'll have probably like 5 or 6 plays overall today for me on this Saturday. So betting them all pretty big today. I really like today's card. So let's do the damn thing, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's parlay time or anything else under the sun today, Tom, because there's a lot of extracurriculars going on in the sports world today. Chris, what you got going on, man? What you feeling?
I think I talked myself into this 2-team money line parlay. I'm going to go with Minnesota money line against Nebraska, and San Francisco money line against Gonzaga.
I got a few different parlays going. Got a 3-teamer that's Mississippi State, Utah Valley, and Dayton. Then I got a 2-teamer, Brown and Eastern Illinois. Got another 2-teamer, Monmouth and Oklahoma. Then I got a money line parlay, mostly underdog. So you're gonna get a nice size payout if this hits. Virginia, Seattle, Furman, BC, Sam Houston, Lamar, Utah State.
Fair enough. Huge dog parlay for me today. Brooklyn Nets money line, San Francisco money line against the Zags. Little 2-team dog action. We hit it. We getting paid tonight. I like Javonte Davis to beat the hell out of Roach tonight. Think he gonna knock him out. I'm gonna bet the knockout, bro. Javonte at his average weight, he probably gonna put bro in the mat. And then the WWE Elimination Chamber tonight. They got John Cena minus 500, bro. It's unbettable. Ain't nobody else winning that Elimination Chamber but John Cena, bro. Come on, man. We know that. So he going for 17. He fighting Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I'm on John Cena minus 500 tonight. We'll see if they let me parlay it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't because it's WWE.
I think they're gonna swerve tonight.
Yeah, I didn't even know they let you bet that.
They do.
Yeah, they do. I honestly think they're going to swerve tonight.
I'm just saying, man.
Because the thing is, it just doesn't make sense who he would go after.
I just don't like who you think gonna win. CM Punk? It's CM Punk, Drew McIntyre.
No. The three of them are gonna tear each other to pieces to make sure that none of them get in.
They will not get John Cena in WrestleMania. They're not gonna do it. So it's like
it just doesn't make sense. Like there's nothing because the Raw one's already set, right? Uso's going after Gunther, I think.
Yeah, Usos fighting Gunther, yeah.
So nothing here makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Gotta be Cena versus Cody. Gotta be Cena versus Cody. And Cody is gonna sell his soul to The Rock. And so that's gonna make it where Cody's going.
No, I think you know what it is. No, you know what it is. I think it's gonna be CM Punk.
Cody going heel, and Cena gonna beat him up for going heel.
I think CM Punk, because I keep seeing it everywhere, and I think it's starting to make more sense when CM Punk said to Paul Heyman that you owe me a favor or something like that, and he's gonna try to.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're gonna see. But I'm gonna be tuned in today. I'm betting. I mean,
trust me. I wanted to go. Tickets were expensive.
Yeah, I know. It's in Toronto. I know it is. It's in Toronto.
Tickets were expensive.
Yeah.
$300 for nosebleeds.
I'll do it. I'm probably going to. I already talked. I'm probably going to WrestleMania in Vegas. I'm probably going. I might not go to the actual event because I don't really care.
Go to the fan access thing.
Exactly. I'm gonna go to all that extra shit, and it's in Vegas, so it's 2 for 1. So, just talking about it with y'all for a little bit, man. End of the show. End of the show. But you can bet on this shit. You can.
You can. Yeah, you just got to find a book that's going to take the action. But yeah,
you can. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man. Anything else?
Real quick. That money line parlay that I gave out. Add FIU to that. Make it an 18er. I don't like leaving things on odd numbers. So.
Fair enough. Chris, I think I saw CM Punk and Rod. I think I saw CM Punk at plus 200 this morning when I was looking.
I mean,
so
it's going to go one of two ways. You're going to have Cena win because Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins just tear each other apart and just want to make sure that none of the other two get the win, or it's going to be CM Punk. I don't see it being Damian Priest. I don't see it being Logan Paul.
I don't see it being Drew McIntyre.
Because if they're really truly setting up a Cody heel turn, the only one that makes sense against is Cena, or you have the Punk calling the favorite. Those are the only two angles I see.
We shall see how it play out, man. I'll be tweeting about it later, so if you care, I'll be tweeting. They got me hooked again, man. I'm sorry. They got me hooked again. Appreciate y'all, man. Anything else? Anything else, Jovan? Anything else, Chris, before we get out of here, man?
Let's make it a winning day.
We'll act more professional tomorrow.
Yes, we will. What we got on the card tomorrow? We got
college hoops card for sure. Like 20 games, I think.
20 college hoops. Let's see how many NBA we got. We got a solid card in NBA tomorrow. Lakers, Clippers, Part 2. Celtics, Nuggets. Magic, Raptors. Okay, it's a pretty solid card tomorrow. Suns, T-Wolves. So be here to break it all down tomorrow, man. Let y'all know what it is and what it ain't. Michigan State versus Wisconsin tomorrow. Michigan versus Illinois. So the A-Suns starting a tournament tomorrow. So plenty to talk about, man. We'll see y'all then. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. We out here.